Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a small, I guess, tutorial on how I go about drawing, or painting hair really, and the steps to get to that. Okay, so what I have here is just a basic face. I started before I realized I was going to do a tutorial, but I'm going to explain what this is. But, anyway, basically, what I do first before I start painting the hair is get a basic laydown of the colors that I want to have in it, because I really like using colors and it's just really fun. And usually I'll have a gradient going from different colors, and you'll see purple and blue. And let me see. The way I did this color, I had an overlay layer over this brown where it's just very simple shading where I wanted the darks and the lights, and then I just went over it with this overlay layer and added the colors. So after you get that step done, I'm not gonna go over like the face and stuff because that's not what this video is about. But if you guys were interested in that, I could maybe talk about that a little bit later. But anyway, what I'm doing here is basically I just color picked a color from here. Then now I'm making strands of it. And then I go back into it with a brush and just use all these different colors and blend it into a big one. And usually I just go by what feels right. There's not really a correct color to pick because really and truly any of these colors would work in any section. But I just want to go by what looks right and like just to me, because everyone will be different. They might decide to put like this pink here instead of this gray, and in this gray I'm probably going to mix in a little bit more blue. Like, you don't have to only take from the color that you already put down. You can pick other colors, but when you pick other colors, be careful to have them limited because they'll overpower it like it is here. And you don't want it to do that because you want to have the colors that you already have, like the ones you had down first, those, like, you already know those look right. So you have to be careful about adding other colors. Then you just keep going through the hair. You first make this big one with this color, then you go back in with this color, and you just keep doing that all throughout the hair. And it's pretty relaxing, actually. I like doing it. It's really fun to me. And you just keep going. And then afterwards, you can take a white, maybe, or just a lighter color, like right here, I'd maybe put a yellow, and it would just brighten it up and break it up a little bit more. And then, yeah, that's what you do. And you just keep going through. Keep going, don't give up, don't give up. And sometimes you'll have to bring in a darker color because, you know. So that's really all it is to it. There's not really, I mean, I guess when you're making the strands, make sure you make them long. You don't go like this, like I said in my line art video, and how to make your lines look more professional video. And yeah, you just keep going. I wanted to thank everybody too for watching my videos. I'm really surprised that anybody's even watching them. Like, I never thought, like, I don't know, it just means a lot to me. And also, see, like this is the sketch, but you can take from that color too. And while it might look a little weird, you just blend it right in with that other color, and what do you know? You can just keep color picking and keep going through. If you want, I'll probably end up posting what brush I use in the description, so don't worry about that. Really and truly, what brush you use doesn't matter. And it just, whichever one you have just might help you do it a little bit faster, but really with any brush you can do the same things. It just, the speed is different. Like, I think this brush is really just like the brush that comes with it, and I just changed the settings a very little bit. Like, I don't really make my own brushes because I'm lazy. I just take from other people. They're like, oh, that works for them, and then I figure out how to make it work for me. Yeah. There's not really much to talk about with the hair. It's kind of hard to, explain. Oh, always make sure you flip it. Always do that. I'm sorry this picture also looks like all my other drawings, because this is basically like my default face in pose. And it's just because I'm right-handed and it's easy for me to draw to the left, so. And it's not something like, I'm not going to be posting this anywhere, I don't think. And right here, I'm adding in some white. Usually I would do that on another layer, but since I want it to blend in with these colors a little bit, I think I'll do it on this layer. And the way you do this is just, right now I'm just doing by what feels right. And for whatever reason, these spots feel right. I don't know. Once you do art a lot of things just start coming kind of naturally. And while that's a good thing, it can also be a bad thing because you just end up doing the same thing every time. And even if it looks good, it might just be a slightly different version of what you've already done a million times before, which is kind of the boat that I'm in right now. And I haven't, like, I've been trying to think about it, but lately, like, I'm in between wanting to draw what I just love drawing and drawing stuff that would probably make me better, but stuff that I don't like drawing, like still lifes. Lately, all my teacher has been doing is giving me still lifes and still lifes upon still lifes, and I frickin' hate them. They're so boring. I cannot concentrate on them for the life of me. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what your teacher says. So I've been doing them, and the only one that was fun was the one that I used watercolor on, and I just went crazy with the colors. That was awesome. But all the other ones with just pencil and graphite, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is looking alright, but I feel like it needs a little bit of something. So, let me see. Use an overlay layer maybe and add some blue to it. No, that's not the right color. It needs something, like some kind of highlight, because it's all basically the same tone right now, and that is not interesting. That kind of looks cool, maybe? I don't know, it's hard to talk when you're drawing, because you have to think and make decisions, and when you're talking, it's just like, what is weird? How do I speak? Does that make it look better? I guess it makes it look, I don't know. Multiply layer, here we go. Oh, I use multiply layers so much, they're so helpful. Like right here, I'm just gonna build in a shadow, and it's so easy. You just, first you have it on full color, just so you can see how it was, you know, full color. But then you go back in and just add all that stuff in, and then you just lower the opacity, and voila, you got a nice freaking shadow. Isn't that freaking awesome? Then you just blend it back in, just like you do with all the other hair, except for this one, it's multiply layer, so it's a little bit more. Of course, it's darker, but it's harder to mix exactly with the colors. So I don't usually worry about it too much. And yeah, see how like different that looks? That's so cool. You can kind of do the same thing in traditional, where you just go over something, like if say you're using markers, you just do that same thing with gray. But the thing with traditional is you cannot lower the opacity after you do it, so you better be for sure before you start on it. So yeah, this is going to take forever to finish, so I hope you guys like watching this. I don't know. This is just the very basic stage. Like if I were to really go into this, I would do every little little section, and like detail it out and just go through each and every one when doing it. But seeing as I don't have that kind of time and it would take too long, I'm just going to show a little cool thing. Let me see. Sorry about that. I got a little bit of an interruption. Family coming into the room. But anyway, I have this texture here. I'm pretty sure I just got it off of Google. If you really wanted, I could maybe link it in the description, but it's not mine, so I don't really know the legalities. How the heck would you say that? But yeah, so it's just a texture, and then you just put it over his face. Yes, it's a boy, as usual. And voila, you're all done. That's how it looks. I'm just kidding. You just make it a multiply layer, and you lower it. But see how like nice that looks like. Like it just makes it look kind of like a picture book, and then you just erase on all the outside parts. Why is it not erasing? What did I do? There we go. It just makes the hair look, I don't know. There's just something about it that makes it look so awesome. Awesome, awesome. It reminds me of a picture book, really. And I do that on most of my finished drawings. I add this texture, and it just gives it kind of a papery color. What? Papery texture? Even though it is a texture? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But you should, I think it's really good to try stuff with textures and just overlay and try a whole bunch of crap that probably won't look good. But, you know. You gotta keep trying. Gotta keep trying. And here's the difference with it, without it. It's not that strong. Like I could add more to the multiply layer, like the opacity, but I kind of like it when it's just like faintly there. It just makes it look cool. Ah, excuse me. Dun -dun -dun. You can also, I usually keep adding multiply layers just to give it more shadows, because that's the easiest way to do it, especially when you're lazy, like me. And you just color pick one of the colors. You put it on a multiply layer, you fill it in, you lower the opacity, you paint it out. And that's all you have to do. And you just keep doing that throughout the hair. And it has that paper quality and stuff. And it's just nice and stuff. And I highly recommend it. So, get to drawing, guys. Practice your hairs. Paint the hairs, brush the hairs. You see what I did there? Then afterwards I'll add more white, because this white doesn't need the texture to make it look amazing. It just, you know, does what it does. Overlay layers and multiply layers are your friends. Do not be scared of them. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of your friends. Oh, you're scared of your mom? These are like your mom, so don't be scared of them. I don't know what I'm talking about. And if you really want to see someone who's good at coloring hair and everything in general, you should look up the artist Akiakane. I will see if I can remember to put a link to her in the description, but all of her art is amazing, and I wish I was Japanese so I can understand what she said. She also sings. She's amazing. I love her. She's releasing an art book too, and I really hope I can get it for Christmas. Does this look good? I hope so, because I'm not going to do it again. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling right now. Coloring hair is so weirdly relaxing to me. It's like a drug. Because it's so easy. Like, you don't have to think about it that much. Like, with drawing, you have to think about every line you make, how it's going to look. But with painting, it's just like, oh, I'm going to put a line here. There we go. It looks nice. And you just keep adding stuff, and eventually it looks pretty good, but most of the time it looks pretty bad. So you do it again. But it's still fun, because, you know, just lines. I'll usually take a white, too, towards the end. In the beginning, it might not be such a good idea, because if you're trying to use the matching wand tool, the white will get in the way. But towards the end, since I'm very lazy, I just take white and go around and clean up the edges. And if the edge of your drawing is clean, it'll usually make everything inside of it look clean, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. Hello. Sorry for once again another interruption, but I will draw in the shed, and the shed has food in it, so my family comes out and gets food. And I don't blame them because food is good and you need food to live. But it's really annoying because trying to do stuff, man. Ding, ding, ding. One day, though, I will have a house and I can do videos without having to worry about a screaming child running in. So, yeah, this isn't how, like, this isn't finished, and I probably won't finish it, but this is how I go about coloring hair. Let me see if I have an example of how it would look finished. Sorry for all the bad art. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. I don't really have that many examples of this painterly kind, because lately I've been really... This one's kind of close. Like, this one's a lot more graphic because of all the black lines going through it. But, see, I use the texture. You just keep going. This video, the speed paint, was in the video called The Art Journey. And if you want to go watch that, I would appreciate it. So, yeah. That's all I really had to talk about. I don't think there's anything else that's majorly important. I guess thanks for watching, and I will hopefully be back around next week, and hopefully I will post on Sunday. I just couldn't do it this Sunday because I went to see Big Hero 6, which was really amazing, and everyone should go see that movie because it's really amazing, and the main character is really cute. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. But thank you for watching. Bye bye.